Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Mark, the question for you is, can you please describe yourself as an object?
As an object, that's an interesting question. How can a person be an object? I think if I was going to be an object, I'd be an air conditioner. Because air conditioners can cool down situations. I like to think of myself as the kind of thing or person that can cool off a situation. I've had a number of exciting experiences in my life where having a cool head actually prevented injuries and possible death. I was working at Savannah River, which is a site that makes nuclear materials, different devices. And I was senior supervisor coming in with a morning shift. And all the alarms were going off, people were running around. The senior supervisor that had control of the situation needed some help. I looked at the situation. They were trying to drill out one of these devices to empty it under a vacuum chamber. They were instructing the operator to actually raise the vacuum chamber and didn't notice that it was already pressurized. So they'd actually already emptied the device. But my boss and his boss were all yelling at the operator to raise the vacuum chamber. And I just coolly pointed out to him the pressure gauge, and everybody was very quiet to that point. So if I'm an object, I have to say air conditioning. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, a couple more questions left here. Lois? Okay, let's assume for just tonight that you do not like your name. If you had the opportunity to rename yourself, what would it be?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmasters. Assuming, and thank you, my fellow Toastmaster members, assuming that I don't like the name Lois, I think I would call myself Empress. I like that the name Empress has to do with an empire and royalty, and that sounds a lot like where I believe I'm headed at this point. At least in my mind, I want to make a connection with myself and Cleopatra. So, because I have a very vivid imagination, and I think obviously very highly of Lois, whether we call her by another name or not, I think Empress is going to be the replacement. As a matter of fact, from here on out, I'm going to request that each of you, instead of referring to me as Lois, remember this night, understand why you are now calling me Empress. And with that, Mr. Toastmaster, I'm sorry, Mr. Toastmaster.
All right, last question. This one's for you, Julius. You're a sports guy, right? Okay, so let me paint the picture for you.
Okay.
Fourth down, your team's down by a touchdown. you're at the goal line, so 4th and 1. If you had the opportunity to make the winning goal or touchdown, which position would you do it from? Which position on the field would you do it from?
I'm not clear. You said, where am I on the field?
You're at the goal line.
I'm on the goal
Your
line.
team is down by a
I
touchdown.
got to get to the other goal line.
You got to get to the end zone.
Okay.
You're on the opposing team's end zone. I'm sorry.
I'm in the 20-yard line, 10-yard line.
Goal line. You're at the goal line.
Okay.
So you have,
Your 4th and goal.
yeah, 4th and goal.
Great, all right.
So which position would you elect to be at that point? The quarterback, the running back, wide receiver?
Right, okay, great. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Everybody wants to be in a position where they can be the hero. So in that position, I could defer or help someone else get the glory and the fame. But on the football field, you're always looking for heroes. And people want somebody to be able to look up to. So what I would do, I would get in the huddle first, bovade a little bit, get everybody, sight, we gotta get sight. And then we're gonna break out of the huddle. And I'm gonna do like Bruce Lee, because I'm in this position, I want to have what it takes to handle a difficult situation. So what I would do, I would say, I'm gonna say, play 1. What you do is hike the ball to me. The clock is ticking. We got about 10 seconds left. I'm gonna fake right till I'm gonna get to the running back. I'm gonna spin back this way, come back this way. About 3 seconds left over. I'm gonna dive into the end zone, and then I'm gonna hit the last thing. Touchdown! Yeah, we done won the game, and that's all I wanted to hear. Yeah! All right.
That's a good one. Okay, that concludes our table talking session. I would like to relinquish the lecture back to our Toastmasters.
Yeah. It's going to be a nice upload tonight.
Is you recording that?
Yeah, I followed him as much as I could.
For calling Lowe's Empress, better call Julius Cameron. I think he earned that title. Since Brand jumped in the end zone. That concludes our speeches for tonight. I'd like to introduce our general evaluator, Morris Crockett.